Good morning. 531, jump to the one. Hey, Dave, we've noticed that you don't sing as much anymore, that you sound tired, and that you don't really share your gratitude and things you're going to work on. You just jump to the one. Very addicty. Well, as you guys know, I'm like Helena Bonham Carter from Fight Club. I've been to every 12-step meeting. There's a few that I haven't been to. This is like Rageaholic. Which you can definitely get addicted to anger and rage. A lot of us here do. Well, I'm not angry, says you. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I went to one of the best meetings ever. It was like Nasa Cola, it was like Naga Dasalakalan. And I was like, what the hell kind of meeting is this? And they said it's AANADAGASLAASA ACA, Al-Anon. It was like, if you're fucked up, come to this meeting, which is all of us, right? And so it was if someone had been there from a writer from a TV show, they would have had enough content for like 5 seasons. It was sad, beautiful, hilarious, dark, light, everything, and everything in between. And people are often surprised that I don't drink beer or any alcohol. And I believe the only reason why that is because I'm allergic. Oh, you mean like that Asian thing where your face turns red? Yeah, but more than that, I have 2 brothers that also consume alcohol from time to time, some more than the other. One more than the other, I should say. But I believe, because I'm addicted to pretty much everything else. The only reason why I'm not an alcoholic is because I'm allergic. I don't get the high from it. Like whatever benefit people get from alcohol, I don't. The handful of times I've tried, of course I tried. I'm an addict. To get drunk, it didn't work. I got a severe like head splitting headache. I passed out, like I fell asleep. I never got and that freedom that you feel, one of the gifts that I've been blessed or cursed with is I've had moments in my life where I'm a wallflower and extremely shy, but I don't need a social lubricant. I'm pretty social. Like when I want to be, like I don't need alcohol or anything else. Oh, good for you, Dave. Well, if you're gonna do a 531 and jump to the one, then jump to the one. All right. I'll admit a fact about me. I'm a mocktail guy. Oh no. Yes, it's true. It's true. I was thinking about it the other day. I went to go visit an artist in his studio, and he offered me a non-alcoholic beer. I said, I was like, "Are you like O'Doul's?" And it was artisanal, how do you say it? Artisanal, handcrafted, organic, barrel aged, like limited edition, fancy non-alcoholic beer. And I was like, no thanks, I'm not drinking that. And he's like, no, there's no alcohol in it. And this is an artist friend who was raging alcoholic, ruined his life and is like in the program now and, in AA and the whole thing. And yet they said there's just, like Will Ferrell from Old School, like, or from, is that the movie? It tastes so good when it hits your lips. He said, yeah, I haven't been drunk or relapsed in years, and yet I just love the taste of alcohol. And this has the taste of a really, really good beer, but there's just no alcohol in it. And he wouldn't shut up about it. I said, give me a sip. And it tasted so good, and I wish I remember the name of it. I should have taken a picture of it. Or should I have? I don't know. There was no alcohol in it. My face didn't turn red. I wasn't allergic to it. Yeah, if I wasn't allergic to it, the way alcoholism has run rampant in my family, I believe I would be a raging alcoholic, and yet God let me set it up that I have every addiction except for that and drugs. But and often I'll go to a restaurant and I'll see their cocktail list, and I'm like, that sounds delicious, except for the vodka part or the rum part, like, and so after tasting this artisanal non-alcoholic beer, which was delicious. I was like, wow, I would love to drink this with a burrito, a really, artisanal burrito with sometimes you have a burrito that's like, the tortilla is green because they put spinach in it or something. Like, what are those kind of burritos? Anyways, so I was sitting there and I was like, wow, maybe I'm a non-alcoholic, talk about fish fillets and Reubens. Maybe I'm a non like, you gotta be a wacko to drink non-alcoholic beer. I mean, talk about okay, you're sounding judgy wherever you're going next. Talk about what am I? Fringe, not fringe. I don't know. Niche. Talk about niche businesses. I don't know, and I don't know. Maybe there's a huge market for non-alcoholic beer. So that inspired me, and that led me down another hole, which is mocktails. That's my one, is that I love non-alcoholic beer and mocktails. Like, now when I go to restaurants, I usually just get water or iced tea. Someone told me iced tea is bad for me. Someone told me all the La Croix I drink is bad for me. So Topo Chico has like the super concentrated bubble, sizzly, bubbles, and I don't know. I just don't drink sodas and other things, and then I just started, after inspired by the artisanal non-alcoholic beer, I'd be like, hey, see that cocktail? Can you just make that for me without the rum part or the gin? And they're like, yeah, of course, that's called a mocktail. I'm like, give me that. And then I started noticing, like, truth is definitely stranger than fiction. And, something happened in our generation, like, where just documentaries are huge now, with Michael Moore and all these 9/11 conspiracy things and all the nature stuff, the David Attenborough stuff. And I don't know, there's so many, right? Like, Hoop Dreams was a big one when I was a kid. He was followed, the filmmakers followed the kids from like when they were kids until like pro. So I love documentaries. I don't think I've ever seen a documentary, even horrible documentaries. I love, you know, that's how I feel like. And yet we live in an age now where there, with YouTube and stuff, there's pretty much everything is documented, right? From like, it's just standard now. And so there's Best in Show. There's waiting for God, my memory. What's it called? Waiting for. It's the same people that did Best in Show, the mockumentary. Waiting for Guilford. What the hell's the name of the movie? Anyways, you guys could look it up. There's 2 mockumentaries, Best in Show and Waiting for, that are amazing. So yeah, that's what I'm admitting to you. I'm a mockumentary guy, and I'm a mocktail guy, and yeah, that's the feeling I have. I'm like, there's literally a documentary about everything, about people that you don't care about. That King of Kong, one of my favorite documentaries of all time. Those people made another movie about a guy with a fake leg. It was one of the best documentaries. But for the most part, I'm like, so what's next? The same way most, Korean cinema, starting from like the 90s until now, doesn't respect genre. Like there's only certain movies that Koreans make that you're like, wait, is this a romantic comedy or a horror slasher flick? Like, a lot of Korean pop music and films, they don't respect genre. It'll be in the middle of a trap song and then go into like pop singing into like an Indian musical for music, and then all within like less than 30 seconds. And same thing with Korean TV shows and movies. It'll start as like a goofy comedy and then be like one of the most serious dramas, and go back and forth. And I said, why is that missing from, like, if you guys like stories, which I do, why let truth get in the way? I used to say this thing, I use lies to tell the truth. And so, in a way, like anyone who's ever recorded anything, the Bible, a documentary, it's still a lie in a way, which is, there's so much truth out there, and to put it in a film, it's from your perspective. That's just your opinion, man, right? You could tell the same documentary from 20, 100, countless different viewpoints. So to get the most entertaining content or story, why let truth get in the way? Why don't you? So what I'm saying is, I like. Well, you already said what you like. You like artisanal, non-alcoholic beer. You like mocktails, and you like mockumentaries. These are things I know about myself, and so when I go deeper, I go, well, what does that mean about me? What does that say about me? Why do I like? You like, okay? What is it? What does it say about me? I like things that hide, that are lies hidden in plain sight. You're at a bar, eating a pizza, and it looks like you're having a cocktail with a Bloody Mary with a celery, but it's a virgin Bloody Mary. And you like things that are truth, but you like being lied to a little. What does that say about you? I guess I just like stuff that makes me happy. Dosame.